I love my vacations. But okay, so this is going to be something about the realignment issue going on with the Pac-12 dissolving and Conference USA getting ready to be influenced, if you will. Um, the MAC, no one wants a team like the MAC, so they should be okay. But remember, I posted this. Basically, I've been on this thing for about a year, letting y'all know how it's going to go down, what's going to happen. But now that everyone's finally caught up, let me go ahead and tell you what's really going down. Oh, it's better explain that. Let me tell you how this can go down for HBCUs. See, yes, the ASUN WAC merger was going to be the test dummy. Can you move up as a conference, right? Can you go up as a whole entity? Even though the WAC had that loophole, could they move up with the ASUN? So the answer was no. So I had told y'all that you can be the SEC or the FCS. You can be the big dog on the block because you have the HBCU tradition. So what you can do, this is the perfect example. And I'm going to give you the numbers behind it because everybody loves numbers, right? So we get the numbers behind it on how this can actually get this done. 100% get it done. So, currently, right now, if you take out Texas and Oklahoma, all the schools in the Big 12, this will give you more eyes on your product as an HBCU. So you can either choose Prairie View or TSU. It don't matter. Pick one. One of those two. That'll give you the Houston market, right? Then you take Grambling. Grambling does give you the Dallas market because Grambling playing PV up in Dallas every year does give you that Dallas market. There's more Grambling grads in Dallas than any other HBCU. Then you take Southern, which gives you the Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans market. You take Jackson State. Jackson State not only gives you the Jackson market, it also gives you the Memphis market. Take Alcorn as a running mate, right? And you take Tennessee State. So then you have your Houston market, Texas Southern or Prairie View, one of the two. Then you have the Dallas market with Grambling. You have the New Orleans, Baton Rouge market with Southern. You have the Memphis, Jackson market with Jackson State, of course, and also rounded out with Alcorn. And then Tennessee State. Those 6 schools, the Nashville market. Then you round that off. This is going to be kind of hard because this is the reason why FAMU originally left the MEAC. But if they want to ride, they got to listen to it. You bring in Morgan State with the Baltimore market. You bring in Hampton or Norfolk State. Take your pick. You want that Norfolk, Virginia market area. And Howard. So you're going to have at least 3 schools in that region. Then you're going to bring in FAM for the Tallahassee market. That's 4 schools. Then you're going to bring in A&T. That's going to be 5. Then either SC State or NC Central. Prefer you bring in NC Central. That gives you 6. FAM will have to ride with this. They're going to have to ride with it, or they're going to switch Tennessee State. You can go to the east, and FAM can stay in the west. Either way you look at it. You'll have bigger markets than the Big 12 currently has. And yes, I do understand the ASUN WAC experiment going up to the FBS of the conference failed. But you can drag them down in the mud with you. Now, we do understand that the HBCUs have not historically did well against FBS. But you got to remember, they get more eyes on them when they play you. You get more eyes on classics. So, my original video, which said the SWAC Sunbelt Challenge, is still valid. You can literally play the Sunbelt or Conference USA. Have a challenge on week 0. Yeah, week 0 challenge. Week 0 and another week during the school year. With having 6 teams on each division, you can guarantee to have at least 8 to 9 games a year against HBCUs. 2 other games that year can be against PWIs on the group of 5 level. So, technically, you are a FBS football conference because you don't play nobody besides your conference and out of conference FBS games. Now, to make it better for you, if you play in the MAC or you play in the Conference USA or AC or whatever, what you can do in theory is have those be neutral site games. You can have your Grambling versus Sam Houston State in Dallas. You can have your, if Stephen F. Austin goes up, like they probably will go up to the Conference USA, you can have them play Southern in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? You can have Jackson versus Toledo in Nashville. See, it's the thing you got to think about. You have these games on neutral sites because the fight we always have at HBCU, especially supporters, is that we bring all the fans, we bring all the money. These schools just bring the check. Well, if you bring in the fans, supporters, and the money, it's better to have that split down the middle since they are technically the FBS schools. So it's simply put, man. I mean, honestly, if you're in Florida, have a yearly game with FAMU versus FIU in Orlando, or Florida versus, how you can do the Orange Blossom Classic, FAMU versus FAU, FIU. Hell, I wouldn't do USF right now. We can do USF in Jacksonville, but stop playing them on the damn road. Do a challenge with them. Meet me halfway. That way you can split down the middle the purse from the stadium. And the best thing about it is you have the markets of Dallas, Houston, New Orleans, Memphis, Jackson, Nashville, Charlotte, the DMV, Tallahassee. You have some of the biggest markets in the country. So when it comes time to get that contract, anything under $50 million gets rejected. Just hands down. That's the number. Anything under 50 mil, you ain't looking at. Then when you come back around again for the second time, well, I want you to remember, even though you are technically not an FBS conference, if you start beating FBS teams, like y'all remember Alcorn back in the 90s with Steve McNair, they were winning games. Sure, they weren't beating FBS opponents, but McNair was so great, they were getting FBS votes. When Appalachian State beat Michigan State, they were getting FBS votes. I'm sorry, beat Michigan. If you start beating these FBS schools, building up your football reputation back to where it used to be back in the 70s and 60s, start getting these talent, they don't want to transfer there, but want to come there to begin with. There's nothing that's going to stop you from coming up as a conference And yes, it will be a HBCU conference. It has a reputation of being the best group of five conference out there. That's how you do it. That's how it should be done. Those are the markets you need. Like I said, I've been saying this shit for over a year. Look back at my old videos. It's been the same thing. Got the same people hating on the same shit, saying it don't make sense, you won't do it, blah, blah, blah. You ain't beat nobody. You don't got to. Just got to play their ass from a neutral site. And then you'll be seen as that FBS conference in the FCS. You start beating those FBS teams, your rankings start going up. Because they say, well, shit, he ain't played the North Dakota State, the Montana State, the Air Force, or Sacramento State, whatever, but he's beaten Texas State, they've beaten UL Monroe, they've beaten these FBS teams who are supposed to be bigger and better. So, I don't know, y'all. Coach Simmons, on vacation right now. Holler back at your boys on Monday. I'm out.